The road to Survivor Series is almost over. We're one show away from the big show on Sunday, which even though it's by far the least of the Big Four pay-per-views, it is still a Big Four show, so I'm starting to get excited for it. Whenever it's a major show, you do get excited. So Survivor Series is this Sunday. Card, I think it's starting to look better. The card was terrible at first, but it's starting to shape. Smackdown is in Charlotte, North Carolina tonight. Maybe we get to see Rick tonight. Probably not. It'd be cool. Maybe when Charlotte wins the title. It is in North Charlotte. I mean, I know Babyface is always losing their hometowns, but I think she's probably winning the title tonight. Maybe Ric Flair's there. That'd be really cool. But the show is the go-home show. It's the final show before Survivor Series. So that was really interesting. At first, when I was watching this opening segment with Shane McMahon, what it was backstage, you have Shane McMahon and the entire SmackDown locker room all standing around, and Shane's on the mic talking about how they're going to kick Raw's ass and stuff on that Survivor Series. At first, I thought, man, this is so stupid. But when I started to like it, and I kind of like this. This is cheesy, but it's fun. This is like wrestling back when I used to really enjoy it. It's really cheesy, but it's really entertaining. And I really liked it. I thought that was really good. They had Becky Lynch talk about how she's going to fight Asuka and kick Asuka's ass and break her arm. So that's going to be cool seeing those two interact. That's going to be awesome. They had Baron Corbin talk about the Miz and just, oh my God, that's going to suck so bad. And then they had the New Day talk about the Shield, and they all said, SmackDown rocks with the New Day at the end. So, it was a cool segment. It was so over the top and cheesy, and it's like trying to do like this football thing with wrestlers about another brand who half these people were on the other brand last year. Okay. But I actually I found some enjoyment out of it. Now the show is really good. Daniel Bryan came out and cut a really good promo. So Daniel Bryan's talking about how he was attacked by Kane on Raw, and he talks about, wanting to kick Raw's ass and come back stronger. He introduces AJ Styles, and Daniel Bryan cut a really good promo. What he did was he was the advocate for AJ Styles, so he's being Paul Heyman to Brock Lesnar, or Paul is to Brock is what he was to AJ, and he's talking, he's cutting a really good promo. He's saying, took some shots at Brock, saying Brock always quits. He quit WWE years ago, and then he took a big shot at him. He says Brock quit to a half-assed knee bar in the UFC in his first UFC fight to Frank Mir, which I remember. And, being in a knee bar by Frank Mir, seeing that guy rip someone's arm off before, I don't know. I think it's okay if he taps. Taking shots at Brock still. Does a really good job putting AJ over, putting SmackDown over. I really like the promo by Daniel Bryan. Then he's going after him, or then AJ gets the mic and he cuts a promo on Brock. And overall, I thought that segment was just really, really good. I enjoyed it. I really liked that. So now, they showed AJ Styles backstage, and Jinder looks at him and just, go away, Jinder. At least we don't have to see him. Jinder's not going to even be on the show. That's surprising, unless he makes a run in the main event, which I don't think he will. So I'm watching SmackDown. I don't know. I'm in Canada. They showed this thing on the scoreboard. They're showing the advertisement for SmackDown. They show Alexa Bliss, and they show Charlotte. I don't know if that's a spoiler. I mean, I expect her to win anyway, but I don't know. That might have been a spoiler. So Baron Corbin and Kalisto's the U.S. title match. Just, oh my God, I'm not watching that. Or sorry, Sin Cara, I can't tell the difference. They both suck anyway. They're both fucking horrible. So Baron Corbin beat Sin Cara to retain the U.S. title. One thing I also want to mention, I was talking about Daniel Bryan taking a shot at Brock Lesnar for tapping on UFC. Speaking of MMA world, Jack Swagger has announced that he has signed with Bellator, another MMA company, and he will compete in their heavyweight division. So there's that. Wish Swagger the best in his MMA endeavors, and I believe he'll do well. Well, can't do worse than Punk. He's actually a very good wrestler. I don't know if he was a national champion, but he did compete in the NCAA wrestling tournament. He was really good. Not so sure how high his wrestling skill is, but I mean, he is qualified, I guess, but I guess maybe not on that level. Another thing also. So they had Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon backstage. It kind of teased some tension. I don't know if they can't do a match, but like they teased some heat there. I guess that'd be kind of cool. Also wanted to mention, I don't know if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are doing anything on for Survivor Series. There was a big story that was broke. The first wrestling, I guess, it wasn't really a news site, but a first podcast that broke the story was Wrestling Soup. Joey Numbers on Wrestling Soup broke it. They were sent home from the tour. It's been reported for different reasons. Kevin Owens was complaining on the bus. Eventually, it got so bad they were sent home by Vince. They went to business for themselves. Don't know all the details, but that's a big story. They're not doing anything for Survivor Series. I don't know what's going on with those two. Hopefully, they're back and everything's okay, and they can come back and they don't lose. They're not punished for this, but that's a pretty big story. Okay, now Charlotte's out, so I guess I was hoping that was the main event. Maybe she's not winning the title, but Charlotte Flair is out. Got a huge pop in her hometown, Charlotte, North Carolina. It's her and Natalya for the title next. I don't know where Bliss is. We haven't seen Alexa Bliss yet. Maybe she's going to make a run-in, but they haven't really mentioned her yet. So, this show being in the Queen City, Charlotte's massively over here. No sign of Alexa Bliss. I thought she'd be at ringside. She said she would on Raw, I guess not. They did one really cool spot. They had Charlotte go on the barricade, for her moonsault with Natalya as Charlotte was, on towards her back for the moonsault. Natalya snuck in and got her up for a powerbomb. She powerbombed Charlotte into the ring post, which looked nasty. That was a brutal spot. So we have a new SmackDown Women's Champion. Charlotte Flair is the new champion. She beat Natalya. Match was good. Beat her with the figure eight. Got her to submit. New champ. So after the match, you have Renee Young come in the ring, and Charlotte cuts one of the best promos she's ever cut. It's incredible. Having a babyface win in their hometown, then cut a heartfelt promo, just got them so much more over. I mean, if you don't think Charlotte's more over than she already was, you're crazy. That was awesome. She cut this heartfelt promo, she talked about, first she talked about how she's going to beat Alexa Bliss at Survivor Series, which I predicted all along. I thought that's going to be that. It's not going to be Natalya and Alexa. That was just a smokescreen. I was right. Then she went on and talked about her father, and of course, they're both being from Charlotte, and he couldn't be here, and she thanked him, and then dedicated it to him. That was a great moment. Crowd loved it. This was a great moment. And then after, when she's walking up the ramp, Ric Flair's music hits. She gives him a big hug. He celebrates. What a great moment. A few months ago, it looked like around SummerSlam time, it looked like he might pass away. I thought there was a chance he's going to pass away. It looked bad. Look, man, we're going to lose Ric Flair now. A few months later in Charlotte, he celebrates and SmackDown, gets to see his daughter win the women's title. Guy was crying whenever Charlotte wins the belt. I still remember the first time Charlotte beat Natalya at the NXT TakeOver show. Man, the way he was crying. This was a great moment. So, Charlotte's the champ. Ric Flair on SmackDown sees his daughter win champ. That moment was awesome. So this show is already, man, this has been a great show. So next up, we have a tag match. American Alpha against the Usos. But before that, they aired this fucking Harper and Rowan Bludgeon Brothers video package. Oh my god, it's so bad. I can't believe how bad that looked. It looks fucking horrific. I can't even watch it. Just, ugh. It's so cheesy. Like an 80s slasher movie. They're acting like it's... Man. Oh, can you just release these guys? It's so fucking... It's embarrassingly bad. So match was just a singles match with Jimmy Uso against Chad Gable. Uso got done with the super kick. I don't know what they're really doing with American Alpha 2 right now. So, New Day came out. They cut a very long promo talking about the Shield. Shield can't trust each other. Well, they shouldn't be able to trust each other. They broke up a few years ago when Rollins turned on them. So, they're cutting a decent promo. Their opponents are going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It's incredible how much they've lost all their momentum since Hell in a Cell. They had so much momentum after Hell in a Cell. I was excited. Yes, Sami Zayn's finally heel. He turns on him. he saves Kevin Owens and from Shane McMahon killing him. Shane falls off the Hell in a Cell through the announce table. Kevin Owens beats Shane. They take out Shane. Two of them are evil. They're best friends who were enemies for years. It's a really good story, and they're going to be heels, and now they're just losers. I mean, ever since the incident, man, they went into business for themselves or whatever happened. From what I've heard, it's just like they were complaining a lot about their spot, how they were being used. I'm sure they probably knew they had a lot of momentum after Hell in a Cell, and they were probably disappointed that they've lost almost all that momentum. Supposedly on the plane, they were complaining, and I guess it was the last straw. Or they were complaining on the bus, and supposedly that was the last straw, and Vince heard it, and he sent them home, and there was issues. The issue was that New Day. The issue was during the match with the New Day on the paper or on the whole show, like they were supposed to feed them or sell again or whatever the term was, and they did not. I guess that was going into business for themselves, or I think that's really what this problem is, and their characters are in some trouble. And I don't know. I don't see him leaving WWE. I don't see him playing a CM Punk, but I think it's one of those things. One of them leaves, the other one might not be far from it. So, anyway, the match at New Day is happening right now. So, during the match, the Shield come out, and they make their way down the ring, and it looks like New Day and Shield are going to fight. So, it was funny. And Shield surround the ring like they always do. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are still in the ring. They just walk out. I like that a lot. That was good. It's Shield and New Day. Then it's weird. Usos come out. It looks like SmackDown has the advantage. And then the whole Raw roster comes. So Sami and Cesaro come. And then after Sami and Cesaro come, it's like they're doing all the face-offs. Sami and Cesaro against the Usos and New Day and the Shield. Then they go backstage and they show all the women. All the whole Raw women's team. He had Alexa Bliss there. Alexa Bliss was with the team. It was Alexa Bliss, Alicia Fox, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, and Asuka. And they just beat the hell out of the SmackDown women's roster. They did the big thing with that. They had the Alexa Bliss at the end. They were targeting Charlotte. They beat down Charlotte in her hometown, so they always have to embarrass the babyface in her hometown. And at the end, they had Alexa Bliss hit Charlotte with a right hand and knock her down. So I guess they did show Alexa Bliss on the show. I also have to give credit. Oh my God, Sasha Banks looked unbelievable in that Raw top she was wearing. Then they go back, and now the whole roster. So it's SmackDown Under Siege. It's just a repeat of a few months ago or a few weeks ago. Balor's there. The whole team is there. They give Braun Strowman his own entrance, which was cool. Kurt Angle comes out, and then in the end they destroy everybody. Everyone gets destroyed. The whole SmackDown roster's out, and then it's Shane McMahon. He just gets the shit kicked out of him by the Shield. They give him the triple powerbomb choice. Kurt Angle gives him Olympic Slam. They beat the crap out of Shane McMahon. At the end, they have the Shield, Kurt Angle, and Braun Strowman standing tall in the ring, and they destroy Shane. They got to the point where they didn't take Shane off the show, but I guess not. I was thinking, man, maybe get Shane off the show, replace him with The Undertaker, but probably not. So, I have to say, this was a really good show. One of the best SmackDowns I've seen in a while. This made me excited for the show, so I'm really looking forward to the Survivor Series. I thought the show was really good. From start to finish, it was very entertaining. I loved the way it ended, loved the way it began. Charlotte winning the title was great. I thought the show was awesome, so I'm giving this SmackDown show a very good 2 thumbs up. A great go-home show, and I'm looking forward to Survivor Series, so it did its job. And I'm definitely looking forward to the show, and SmackDown was great tonight.